And it says you are live. Good morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you're at right now. But good morning from the Philippines here. Beautiful day outside. I'm 4 minutes late, and that's still on time, on Filipino time. Oh, focus. Focus. All right. All right. Uh, Somebody says, be there at 8 o'clock, and it's Philippine time. Be there at 9. Uh, how's everybody doing out there? The traveling monkey. Hello and kumusta? Kumusta? And hello to you. Calvin Smith, how are you doing? Boring in a PI is way better than being anywhere else. Yeah, well, I can think of other places, but yeah, I'd rather be bored here than be bored back in the States. That's for sure. Jonathan on Wisconsin. Greetings to you. Mike, our Philippine journey. Morning to you. I just told you good morning. Now you're over here telling me good morning. Bruce, how you doing, Bruce? Hello, Brian. I see you're on Philippine time today. Yes, I am. BT and Betty Philippine Adventures. How are you doing, BT and Betty? Where are we at here? We'll wait until we get some more people in. Mighty 690 AM. What's up? Scott, how's it going, Philly? Everything's going well. Hope everything's going well with you. Chris, good morning, Sir Brian in chat. How you doing, Chris? Ricky USA. How you doing, Ricky? You got your plans to come back yet? This is the only mug I ever brought from the United States. I think my dad gave it to me as a Christmas present. And that was one of the only mug I packed up and brought from the United States. It's a big mug. Arthur McCoy. What's up, Brian? What's up, Arthur? Lee Davis and Pink waving. Jim Schultz, good morning. Lee Davis, good morning. 123 Tarl. On from Heiner Mountain, PA. Heiner Mountain, PA. Where's that at? Heiner Mountain. Poconos, or is that Western Pennsylvania? I don't think I ever heard of that. Bike week over tomorrow here in Daytona Beach. I was at Bike Week, Daytona Beach last time I was there, and the only time I was there was Bike Week after Dale Earnhardt crashed at the Daytona 500. So when I was down there, they had the memorials going on and everything. But that was the last time I was down there. I had a good time down there. Bruce, you're down there. You go to that, or at least I know you had gone to it. I had a good time down there. Really busy. Lots of people everywhere. I had a really good time. Checked out all the places that everybody told me to check out. We didn't necessarily stay in like Daytona itself. We kind of stayed on the outskirts at a campground, but a good time. I had a real good time down there. You could go to the beach and be bored. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can go to the beach and be bored. David, good morning to you. Charles Reeder, good morning from San Quentin. Good morning to you. I don't know, Brian. I ride the sidewalks on both sides. The lanes so it can be elsewhere. Yeah. You know what I mean about staying in your lane. Talking about staying in your lane in life. We're all here right now. Everybody that's in here right now, it's here because either like me, for me, joke, or like we love the Philippines, right? There's something that we all have in connection right now. Everybody in here, for some reason or another, something has drawn us to the Philippines. We like being in the Philippines. If you're not here, maybe you were stationed here. Maybe you have a wife here, a girlfriend here. Maybe you like visiting here. But we're all here because of one reason. We like the Philippines. Now, can you imagine in life in general, if you just stay in your lane and you don't want to venture outside your lane, how boring life would be, right? Oh, going down the road. Oh, man, that looks pretty neat over there. But nope, I got to stay in my lane. And if I stayed in my lane my whole life, I'd live a boring life, right? That's what I mean by getting out. There's people that are looking to retire over here or even just get over here. But boy, if you just stayed in your own lane and didn't get out of your lane in life, you wouldn't be wanting to do that. That's just in life in general. You know, Staying in your own lane in life is boring. You got to get out there. You got to explore. You got to see what's going on. If I stayed in my own lane, I wouldn't be here, right? I'd still be over in the United States. I don't know. I'm afraid to get out. I'm afraid to get out of my lane. But we're all here for one reason, because we like the Philippines, because we like something about the Philippines. We don't stay in our own lane. Victor Coco, have a great St. Patty's Day. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Daryl Charity, damn, staying in my lane. I'm going to be in every lane, Brian. Yeah, get out. And even when I ride my motorcycle, it's a madhouse here. I did that video about them e-bikes. Now, don't get me wrong. E-bikes, a lot of people buy them. One, you don't need a license. Two, they don't need registered. Three, you don't need insurance. So if you're coming to the Philippines and or even a lot of people here in the Philippines, they just don't have a license. They can't ride a motorcycle. They're tired of paying for transportations for trek. They want to be self-dependent. There's nothing wrong with it. My thing is, and I know Mike has one. Mike has a three-wheeler, but they're big. It's big. He bought a three-wheeler thinking about the safety of himself and the safety of his family and those that are on it with him, right? My thing is, them e-bikes, to each their own, but when you're riding around, you want to be visible on the road. Don't, those little tiny ones, they're like a Walmart scooter, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? The Walmart scooter. Let me hop on my Walmart scooter and let me ride around. All right. And those that aren't aware of what these little e-trikes look like here in the Philippines, those little tiny ones, they are the size of a Walmart scooter. Y'all been to Walmart? You know what them little scooters are like, right? Now imagine that. Imagine you're on a Walmart scooter. I'm talking the small ones, not the big visible ones that everybody can see. I'm talking about the small ones. Imagine hopping on your Walmart electric scooter, right? And driving on a highway or driving on a side road with other cars around. That's the best way for those that don't know what one of them little tiny little electric motorcycle, them little electric three-wheelers are. The Walmart scooter. That's what they're. I'm going to start calling them the Walmart scooter. I hopped on one when I had my surgery, right? When I had my surgery on my ankle and my knees. I'm like, I got in there, and I'm like, I ain't getting on one of these things. I'm hobbling around. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Joseph, thank you, Joseph, for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. I'm like, let me grab one of these things, man. And I'm like, I hopped on this thing, kicked my leg back up, and I'm cruising around Walmart with this thing, right? And I had a good time. I had a good time. I was laughing, having a good time. But yeah, uh, Miss Pinkia. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Best way to describe those the tiny baby e-bikes. Anyways, I actually wrote down some topics to talk about. Greg, good morning, Brian from North Carolina. Me and my wife said hello to you at Tequila Reef a few weeks ago. If I see faces, I remember faces. Um, and I'm not saying this to 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 be like, oh, I'm just a superstar. No, I'm not. I'm not. Like I said, you guys make the channel. Um, I meet so many subscribers every week. Um, but faces, I remember faces. I'm better with faces than I am with names. Other people are great with names and faces, but I always say, don't, some people, I seen you, but I just come up and say hello. That's all. We're normal people like everybody else. Now, some people might think they're superstars, but we're just normal people. All right. Where are we at here? Like I said, I wrote things down here. I wanted to talk about. Let me bring this one up. I'm going to, there's Look just got done working out. Look. She just got done with her morning workout routine. A comment. I got a comment from let me take my glasses up from a Robert G2 2898. Yes, Robert G2 898. He says, "Hi, my name is Robert from the USA. I am also a retired correctional lieutenant. He's a correctional lieutenant. I retired as a corrections labor foreman, but I'm yes, now living in Talasay City, Philippines. My wife and I are working on getting scuba certified in San Carlos. I've been here more than 4 years and have a Suzuki Sport Bike 1000N. We belong to an Infinity Big Bike Club out of Bacolod City, Suzuki. I am my permanent resident. I am still amazed at the culture, the driving situation here, calling give and take, but enjoying life as best as I can. I was recently told by a neighbor that I am not Filipino and don't belong here in the gated community where they live. What's your take on this issue?" Uh, First of all, congratulations for retiring over here. 4 years. At 4 years, your ink is three-quarters of the way dry on your passport. I made a comment about ink being dry on your passport, and how can you give advice if your ink's not even dry on your passport? 5 years to get your ink dry on your passport. Where did that saying come from? That saying came from uh, the prison. When I worked in the prison, prison where we keep your nightmares locked up. Um, Inmates and officers would always say, "You got under 5 years. Your ink's not even dry on your application. How can you give advice? You're still learning." All right. That's where that came from. Uh, but what are my thoughts on that? Once again, it comes down, this is a Filipino saying this, not another expat, a Filipino. I don't, my thing is, some Filipinos look at foreigners like, you just don't belong in my country. Do they think back to when the United States came in here after the Spanish American War. And yes, America was cruel in the Philippines. Do they think back that far and say, you don't belong here? You know, some people just think that. And I'm not saying all Filipinos say and think that. They don't. There are great Filipinos, just like there's great foreigners, there's bad foreigners, there's bad Filipinos. So I'm not saying all Filipinos think that. Why would somebody think that? And him saying he's in a gated community, which means a gated community can be anything from a 5 million, 100 million peso house to a on down. Why would why would they say that? I don't know, but you can't let that bother you. Um, you do you. As long as you're enjoying life, you know. Here's another thing, and I wanted to bring Lut in on this topic and talk about this topic, but we'll we'll wait for her to get here. Filipinos are racist amongst themselves. Yeah, everybody knows. I feel like Filipinos are racist toward me because they charge me more than everything else. We know that about foreigners, right? But they are also racist amongst themselves, right? They are. What do I mean by that? What? Well, we'll wait for Lut. We'll get back to that. We will get back to that, and I'll explain it because I want Lut to be here when I explain it so you can understand what I mean by that. Rather have it come out of her mouth and say it than me, because if I say it, somebody say, "Hey, you just a racist." Uh, yeah. But yeah, and another thing, guys, I know somebody, I've heard people say, and I've said it too. You got to watch out here in the Philippines who you hang out with, who your friends are. Um, Guys, I have when I first got here, when Lit and I first got here, well, Lit was here, or Lit's been living here. When I got here as an expat, I think I had one, two. There were two, three people I hooked up with and associated with. One guy's name was Tuk Tuk Cali, Filipino. Um, was born here, went to the States, had a business in the States, retired back here to the Philippines. He was a vlogger, but at the time, nobody was really big vlogging in the area. Another one was a guy named Lucas Musser, still here. Another great guy, nice guy. Um, I've known him now for a while. He was a vlogger, but nothing really big, just kind of doing his thing. Another guy that was here is a guy named Says Style. He vlogged for a while and then up and left. I had three people that I was friends with. Three people. All right. And yeah, I would see other expats here, other foreigners here. And I'd walk by them in the street and they just got their head down. Hello, good morning, good morning. Some would say hello, some would say, not. And then from there, I actually met the people that I'm really that I okay, the Breakfast Club. Those that I eat breakfast with, all right. I got to know them because they were my subscribers. All right. That's how I got to know them. And now there are other, and some of them are also vloggers, but that's how I got to know them. I didn't go out there and try to seek out friends and just not, I don't know. Uh, it- and people say there's there's clicks everywhere in the Philippines. Expat clicks. Yeah, there are. There are. Best way to describe it, best way to say it. Guys, remember when you went to school? When you went to school, you had cliques in school, right? You had cliques. You had the jocks, all right? You had the cheerleaders. You had the Girls with that wanted to do all their makeup. You had the loners. You had the guys that were like, well, at least when I was growing up, you had the headbanger dudes with the long hair, and then the headbanger dudes. They were cliques. You had the nerds. Nerds. Remember the nerds? Remember the movie Revenge of the Nerds? But you had cliques in school. You always have cliques in life. That's how the way it works. When you get out of school, you still have cliques. You still have cliques. Who do you hang around with? All right. You hang around people that you have something in common with, multiple things that you have in common with people. I can sit and talk to, you know, the guys I know here about football, baseball, hockey. We can talk about kind of everything because we have it in common. So, yes, we do. That's a click. You have your people that in common. You know what they have in common? Bar hopping. That's their thing. We're bar hoppers. They can tell you every girl here that does what and how much she charges and what you're going to get. That's what they know. That's their clique. That's who they run with. That's the way it is in life. You have cliques. And some people, I don't know, create your own clique, I guess. if nobody likes you, or you feel nobody likes you, or you feel you're not wanted in the clique or whatever, start your own clique. It's just the way it works. That's life. Leechon clique, yeah. You got your food clique. Those people that like food, they all hang together. They want to talk about food, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I was here 2 years, easily 2 years, with maybe three people that I associated with. And those three people I didn't associate with every day. Not every day. You know who I associate with? Look. I sit and talk to her all day. A- annoy her, annoy her. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nah, she's not like that. She's not a tempo woman. You know what tempo is? Women that throw a fit all the time and don't talk to you, and she's not that. Does she have? Does she get like that? Sure, once a month. Once a month, she gets like that, and I know. Like, leave me alone. Quit bothering me. All right, I know why. But yeah, and you guys. Another thing too is, somebody said to me the other day. Oh, my buddy said. He said, "Do you hang out with other like expat couples?" And I'm like, eh, I have expat couple friends, but do I hang out with them like on a regular basis? Hey, come on over. We're going to have a party. We're going to have a picnic. We're going to have this. And no, nah, we really don't. We know people like JR and Cecile, great people. We've hanged out with them before. We vacation with them before. You know, yeah, we've done that, but to hang out constantly with couples, no, not really. Um, I don't know. You know how, and you know what I'm talking about. You know how you might meet a couple, all right, and at first, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Great to meet you. Blah 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 blah. Small talk, this and that. Then after a while, it's like you kind of you kind of get to see what they're really about, right? If you're on social media, everybody knows what you're about, right? Everybody knows what I'm about. And you kind of see what they're about. And you're like, nah, it's nobody I want to really associate myself with. However, you might say, you know what? The guy or even the girl, it's like, I really like that person. Just a nice person. They're a nice person. They're easy to get along with. They're a good person. However, their significant other, like, something there. Something rubs me the wrong way. I don't like the way the person is. I just, nah. So it's like, now it's like, all right, Do I hang out with them because I like one and I don't like the other? It's like, nah, I'll just avoid the whole entire situation. But you know what I'm talking about. What do you'll run into that where maybe you might like the husband or you might like the wife, but you don't like the other. You just run into that. And it's up to you what you want to do. Me, it's like, nah, I don't, nah, not my, I don't want to be involved. When you find out what people are like, and then it's like, I'm gonna kind of just stay away from that. And then you got people that just everybody likes, right? No matter who they are. You know what I'm talking about. It don't matter. They can go over to the jocks, they can go over to the pretty girls and the makeup girls and all, and they can go to the nerds, and everybody will love them. That's just how they are. I got a friend, I'll say his name, maybe who knows, but he's a good dude for me. Like his you've heard him his name before, Cowboy. The guy's like just the nicest guy, you know, the nicest guy. I think he gets along with everybody. Um, but you know what I'm talking about. And then it's and another thing too is, well, I can remember when I was here down in Lutz, down in Lutz province, right? I was like the only white guy around, literally. And I would ride through the town there, and everybody looked at me. Everybody looked at me. And guys, they will look at you here. Now, depending on where you're at, up here in Angeles City and other areas where you have a big community of expats. John Wilson. Thank you, John Wilson, for your super chat. Good to catch you live. John from Philly. Um, where you have a big gathering of expats and where they live, it's not so much that. It is in smaller areas in the Philippines where you live. However, if you are in a big area where there are a lot of expats, and say you're walking through the mall, people are like looking at you. Why are they looking at you? Well, you might stick out from other expats. You know what I mean? What if you're 6'10", big, like basketball, or 6'10", like a big football guy? You know what I mean? Yeah, people are going to look at you. It'd be like Sasquatch walking through, your neighborhood. Everybody's going to look at Sasquatch, right? It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. You will stick out like a sore thumb because you're different. You're different. It's the way it is. But anyways, let's see. What have we got here? I'm going to bring Lut over here because I want to talk about this uh, racist type mentality that Filipinos have within themselves. So, Lut, would you like to come here quick and sit down here for a second? And I'll let Lut chat to you a little bit, and then I'll jump in here. All right, Lut.
Where?
I'll just start at the bottom. Just say
Hello, hello. Hello to all of you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pili in the Philippines Live. So, what are we going to talk about? Good morning, Arturo Sandoval. Hi, bro Snyder. Kumusta lot? Mabuti. I just done my I just done my exercise. Our Philippine journey, good morning. Good morning to you also. Having grown in Hawaii, I'm very familiar with cultural differences. Yes, we have a very big differences. It comes to cultural. We have even like over here, people just thought, oh, it's a Filipino. Don't have the same tradition at all. Like you see, Papangan did every year. They have their own way. So I we have our own way too. Oh, no, that's racism. It's culture, Pao. We're talking about culture. Jonathan on Wisconsin, Porac, Pampanga. You know what's Manibaog? Porac is a big place. They have different kind of barangay too. I used to work down in Manibaog. Hello, Lot. You made my nephew so happy on your last video. He got to see HG. Yeah, we will see that later on too. Because we are planning to discuss the grade. Good morning, Mom. Lot. Yes. There's two things I always call Madam. They always call me Madam or what else? Ati. Ati. Mr. Texas, Lot, when will we see some video of Ryan teaching you to drive? Maybe find a big empty parking lot on Sunday. Um, Teaching him to he was be my driver, trainer. No, I don't think so. It was it's Brian, it's hard to deal with if he was be my teacher because he used to be my teacher in America once, and I can only handle him like maybe twice. You know, when he teach, he like you to like he teach me. I never hold in 30 years. I never hold what's that called? No, the steering wheel. Never hold steering wheels like 30 years of my life. And then he just teach me like 20 minutes. And then when we come back home, he wants me to drive. That's how I'm patient. And of course, instead, like, to be honest, instead that I don't have an attack on driving, if he was my teacher, I get so panicked that I can't even like focus on the road already because he was like, he talked too much. Oh, traffic. Oh, signal. Oh, turn around. Turn this. Hold. Look at the road. Oh boy. I can't, I can't stand him like, I can't stand him teaching me how to drive. Tim Desak, good morning, Lot. And also, he said, hello, everyone. According to Jim, my first three children are Hawaiian, Filipino, and Portuguese. This in Hawaii is a true meeting spot. It's a society of tolerance. Hello from San Francisco. I am originally from Hawaii. Love your show. I'm planning to move to the Ormoc Leyte area for retirement. Do you know much of that area? It is a good place to retire. Thank you. Fresh Aloha. I think I already said that one last time. My friend lives there, but I never been there once, so I don't have any idea how it look like to live over there. Based on what she said, it's nice, but it depends also when you are really there and when you really live there. Things that you need to deal with, things there's a lot of things that you also when you move to that area you need to think about it. As I said, there's very big difference. It comes to like you goes a vacation because you're holding pina colada. If you like pina colada, than actually living in the place for for good because it's like kind of challenging, challenging for some of mostly to the people who used to like America, used to be like tum pum pum pass all the time. Greetings from Oregon. JB, are you going to sit now? They're checking out Lorraine drive out. Try checking out Lorraine driving. They're good. Yeah, I'd seen that a lot. They have a lot of like, oh, 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 oh.
All
Ow,
right,
ow,
scoot
ow.
on over. Scoot on over this way.
Uh,
Get in there.
uh,
Scoot your chair over this way. Oh, you can't. Oh,
no,
all
that's
right.
it. That's fine.
What were you saying? What?
Driving.
Driving.
Yeah. We're talking about culture
Oh,
differences.
there is 100 people in here. Says there's 100 people in there. Thanks for joining us. So let's talk about what I was saying about racism among Filipino people. What do I mean by that? We're in an area here where you have what's called Kapapampangans,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Look, your area is
Ano, kamayo.
Camayon. And then you have Mindoro area, right?
Mm.
And then you have like Visayan,
Bisaya.
right? So
Bisaya.
you have different, I guess you could call it like this, all right? Like Indian groups, like Cherokee, Choctaw, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All
Something like
within the United States. You know what I'm talking about, all right? What I have learned here living in this area is Kapapampangans. If you ain't Kapapampangan, you no good, right?
that.
You're no good. Like you don't belong here. Like you'll get a Kapapampangan will get hired at a job over an outsider here.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. That's a form of racism. It is. It's a form of
Yeah,
racism.
but it's not gonna work over here.
Well, no, it doesn't work. It's the mentality, right?
Mm.
It's the mentality. I can remember the mayor here, and good mayor, he tried to turn around and say, everybody here is going to speak Kapapampangan in the schools and everything.
Mother tongue.
The mother tongue.
They use that to put in the subject. Mother tongue.
But he was trying to get everybody to speak it in
Mm.
school. And then the people in school were like, no, because how many
Majority.
majority of the people that are in Angeles City, they're not Kapapampangan. A lot of people come from all over the city, from all over the Philippines to work here. And no, not Walking Street, however they do, but they come here because there's call centers. There's businesses up on Clark. There's opportunity for people. So they come here. It's like this area is Angeles City area is a mix of tons of different people from all over,
Everything.
everywhere.
85%.
Yeah, it's huge. Now you might wander out into say Mabalacat City. That's Kapapampangan out there, right?
Wow.
That's not.
It's already mixed too.
It's mixed too.
You went to Florida Blanca.
Florida Blanca, yeah.
Florida Blanca, Porac. Porac has more pure Kapampangan and also Ilocano.
But I remember Lutz's brothers, both of them worked at SNR.
Mm.
And the majority of the people hired in there were Kapapampangan. And he said they wouldn't even talk to him. They would like they wouldn't help him with anything. They would because he was not Kapapampangan.
So it's
They wouldn't
not
help
like
him.
it's not all of them. You have like
No,
there's
not
like
all of them.
people like trying to help him.
But I remember one time we had to go down to the mayor's office for something. And we walked in there, and then Lut walked in there. We were in the vice mayor's office, right?
Mm.
And what did they tell you? You need to speak Kapampangan.
Mm.
And remember that? And Lut went off.
Oh, it pissed me off.
Like she went off. Why do I need to speak that? The Tagalog is the language of
Language
of the Philippines,
general.
the general language. So, and then of course, also with classes, the rich think they're better than the poor. Yeah, but it exists amongst themselves still.
Oh, did you know that Philippines is the most racist country?
Yeah, but we're all aware of, the fact that foreigners are going to pay more, and that foreigners are going to pay more. That all depends on where you live.
I think so. Yeah, that
I go down to Lutz province.
they're all
I'm
the
paying the
same. They're
same.
perfectly
Yeah.
fine. You goes to the market, you get the same amount with these regular people. We even like places that we went to. Also, I we went to like when I went to Baler. It seems like everything is the same for like how much they charge you. Like it goes to like a provinces. I think we just like this area is more like.
Ricky says, I had a bar girl tell me that Kapapampangan bar girls think they're better than the girls from Samar and Leyte. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it
Yeah, but
exists.
this time there's a lot of Samar and Leyte who's working
Gia,
already
Gia
there.
in the house. Here's my thing too. When it comes to foreigners getting charged more because oh well we're all rich. Um, how about I say if to Filipinos, no matter where you go in this world, Germany, France, the UK, United States, Canada, Australia. How about wherever you go in this world, you get charged extra? You get charged extra. How would you feel? Yeah, how would you feel? You wouldn't like it. Why are you charging me extra? Well, because you're out of the Philippines, all right? Like how you say all the rich people, foreigners come into the Philippines, they got money, all right? So now you're out of the Philippines. So obviously you have money to be outside the Philippines to live, which means now you're making more than what you would have made in the Philippines. So therefore, we're going to charge you extra because we know you're making more. How would you feel? It's like you wouldn't feel great about that, but it is what it is here. And like I said, it is not all over here. Certain areas do it. I was just up the other day, and I always ask the trike drivers, Macano to SM Mall. All right. They told me 150 pesos. I was like, wow, inflation, things have gone up. Nope, it's always been 150, which I knew he was lying. I'm like, I'm like, I said it used to be 100 pesos. About this was after even after pandemic, 100 pesos. Nope, 150. Well, I could go down the line, each of them guys, and ask them, but they're all going to stick together. Walk up the road, not even a block. Kuya, Macano to how much to SMA? 100. Go down the road a little further. Macano to SMA? 100, 100. Do it happen. I mean, they do that. You can walk there, but it's
You see
funny.
already the SM. Why you bothered?
Yeah, you
Just to
can
walk.
walk to the SM. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. I know what I wanted to talk about. I had to look at my little list. You guys, you've heard people say if you get to the hospital, all right, here in the Philippines, hospital says you cannot leave until you pay your bill. Well, let me tell you this right now. Republican Act 9439. All right. I even have it here. Republican Act. Let me bring it up. I screen saved it, screenshotted it. Let me see. I can't. Here it is. Basically, Republican Act 9439 states that you cannot be held in the hospital if you don't pay your bill. All right. And you can actually report the officer because what happens is you have an officer at the door. When you go out, he'll say, "Let me see your receipt." Right?
Mm.
Let me see your receipt. See you paid. If you can't produce a receipt to him, he'll say, "You can't leave. You cannot leave." Well, that Republican Act says you can. They cannot detain you in the hospital for an unpaid bill. And if you report that, that officer that detained you in that hospital can be fined. They can be fined. They don't have the right to detain you. All right. But when people say that you can't leave the hospital without paying your bill, that, eh, they, no, that act prevents that. However, try
think
to leave.
that act proposed since like the 30 signed that
Yeah.
before.
It- you know, it- I remember when, and this, and I'm speaking from experience, nothing that I looked up online or watched somebody else say. I'm speaking from experience. When I got here, it was maybe what, probably over 6 months when I
Mm.
had that. Right, I had my kidney stones, and I had to go to the hospital. Right, I got in the hospital, showed them my insurance. Um, Told my insurance, said, I need to be admitted. Okay. I told them at the hospital, okay, admit me. My insurance company says, admit me. They said, okay, they admitted me. So I get in there 2 days, uh, private room. You know what I'm talking about. They had me on medication and stuff like that. And I wanted to leave. You're going to pay your bill. Right. And I said, well, and at the time, the insurance that I had to pay the bill and then get receipts and submit it to my insurance company. That's another whole story right there. Um, so I looked at him. I said, "You want paid? Yep. You're gonna have to let me leave. You want paid? You're gonna let me leave, sir. You can't leave. You want paid? You're gonna have to let me leave. I gotta go to the bank. I gotta withdraw money. You want paid? You're gonna let me leave." And they argue with me.
Ah.
And I'm like, no, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. And I walk right out. And I said, listen, my word is good. I have the money. I will pay you. Matter of fact, I'll go to the bank. I'll get my money out. I'll be back the same day. I will pay you. Right. So they let me out. Went to the bank and I purposely didn't go back for 2 days to pay them. Why? I don't know. Just felt like it. Yeah, you're a dick, Philly. You're a dick. Thank you. Uh, but yeah, they cannot legally hold you here. Do they do it here? Yep, they do it all the time. All the time they do it. Uh, but yeah, I wanted to say that Republican Act 9439. Where else? Oh, another one I wanted to talk about. ROM.
Mm.
An ROM. It's called a ROM, a report of marriage. All right. When I brought Lut over to the United States on the K1 visa, the most amazing day of my life.
Oh. Drama. 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 When did you become
So, anyways,
Leonardo?
when I K1 visa Louisa over to the United States, we have 90 days to get married. We got married, probably the most wonderful day of my life.
Dramatista to.
Oh, Ian.
Yeah. When did you become Leonardo DiCaprio?
And after that, I had to do what's called a ROM to the Philippines, report of marriage. I researched all this, studied all this. I knew all this. What you do is you fill out what's called an ROM. There's paperwork you had to submit. I can't remember, probably like a wedding license or, the United
Ano,
States wedding or
marriage
marriage
con
certificate,
oh, yeah.
contract, all other. It was just forms you had to fill out, paperwork you had to fill out. and submit to the Philippine consulate in the United States. They have the Philippines consulate multiple places in the United States. Where do we send ours? New York?
New York.
I think it might have been New York, right? We submitted all that to the Philippine consulate. They turned around, sent us back a form saying, okay, you are now registered. Your marriage is now registered in the Philippines, in ROM. You have 1 year to report that, to do that. All right. After a year, I think you have to fill out another form. You basically, all right, I did make them, I don't call it mistakes. You made a bad decision. You should have filled it out, but you didn't. Now you got to fill out another form, I think you have to get it notarized and everything like that, and then submit it. So what that does is, now that we've been married and we reported our marriage through the Philippine consulate, when we got here in the Philippines and I applied for my 13A visa, they said, we need proof that you got married, because now Lut is now petitioning me for a 13A visa holder, right? So we had to do an ROM. We had to get our ROM, report of marriage, to prove that we were married in the United States, to complete our process of my 13A. Remember, guys, if you're married, and I would suggest, say, if you're married in the States, you want to come over here, get a 13A, get that all sorted out in the United States. First of all, do that within a year if you're married to a Filipina in the United States. If you're past that 1 year, try to and see if you can get it, that filling out that I made a mistake form and I should have done it within a year. Try to get that done in the States, because it'll be easier for you to have it done in the States than here, because one area might not recognize, the fact that, you got this document here that says, yes, I overextend, or I didn't fill out the ROM within a year, but here's my notarized document and it says we're married. One area might accept it, another area might, and then you just got to deal with the headaches.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
our marriage contract before, they won't accept that in SS. Like my marriage contract in US.
Right.
When I try to change my last name, they want the marriage contract over here.
Right.
The ROM. They won't accept my ano. Then I try to explain to them, like, what is the matter? I'm supposed to be my marriage contract, because we married in United States and this is our marriage contract. And they said, no, we need you at the DFA. Oh no, what's that? I forgot the name. They have a new name now, but they want our ROM,
Right.
marriage certificate.
Jeff Ford Traver says, I just did the report of marriage with my wife. We got married 8 years ago, and it was only one form. Very easy. You don't even have to go to the consulate. You just mail it into them. Yes, very easy. That's what I did. Mail everything in. Super easy. Super easy to do. But yeah, I recommend. Here's another misconception that people like to put out there. And what it is heaven forbid, you get married in the States. You're legally married in the United States. You do an ROM. You come to the Philippines. All right. On paper, it says you're married. They honor the United States. I'm only saying the United States. I don't know about other countries. They recognize and honor your marriage certification from the United States. Heaven forbid you say, look, I want a divorce.
Okay.
All right. You want a divorce. You file for your divorce back in the United States. That's where you were married. All right. When you get divorced in the United States, you're divorced. You don't need an annulment from the Philippines.
No, I think when you get divorced in United
You need to
States,
show proof, right?
I need to file something. I know I for my understanding, I need to file something. And then no, when you file the divorce, then I need to file something. On your divorce, I think the America will transfer that over here in like where's that called? I forgot the name again. And then they're going to I forgot.
She forgets. It'll
Like
come
you're
to you.
automatically done. Like they're not like if you're married over here, it's hard to get divorced. But if you're married in America, because you are under the law of America,
Right.
that's how the no,
They will recognize
the
your
American
divorce
law.
in the Philippines with your they will recognize your divorce in America in the Philippines. Now
Mm,
there might be a form that she might have to fill out or somebody might have to fill out
to forward.
to forward to the government agency here. I don't know about that. But you're married in the States, you're in the Philippines, you want a divorce, you file it through the United States, it's here. If you do not do an ROM, a report of marriage in the States,
Then you do have problem.
you come here in the Philippines, they don't recognize you as being married.
Mm.
They don't recognize you as being, even though your form and your marriage certificate is from the States. You got to remember, this is a different world, a different country, their own rules. This is not the United States. Some people seem to forget that, you know, what they think should be, well, it's not. It's not the United States, it's the Philippines. You are not, your marriage is not recognized in the Philippines if you didn't do that ROM, period.
Technically, you can get married over here if you want married.
Yeah. If you're married in the Philippines, if you're married from the States, right, and you come over here and you're with your wife or whatever, and you want to marry again, you can be married here in the States.
Yeah, because you don't have
Or
records
you
over here.
marry because, yeah, they don't recognize it. Dreamer Rester, question: is there a divorce in the Philippines? They call them annulments, like a divorce, but pain in the ass, a headache, jumping through hoops, costs you a lot of money. I've always said this, and guys will do what they want. Don't ever get involved with a Filipino who's married. Period. Oh, well, he's been gone for 8 years. He's been gone for 10 years. Yep. Second, you show up, you're with that woman. People talk. He's showing up. You know why? He wants money. But people will do what they want. Go for it. Do what you want. Go for it. You can only give out, you can only give out, what you think is right, and people will do whatever they want. Or, once again, keep your eye out for false, wrong advice. They're out there too. Brian looks like the character in the movie Taxi Driver. Who? Robert De Niro. Man, well, no, I'm not a big fan of Robert De Niro. Liked his older movies, but he turned cuckoo. To me, he turned cuckoo. His viewpoints on different things. Deval Don, talking to you. Am I talking to you? As far as what, Deval Don? An annulment in the Philippines. What am I talking about, Deval Don? I'm 51, still single, no headaches, no hassles, and no stress from in-laws. Good for
Oh,
you.
that's your choice.
Yeah. You can actually go to prison to be with a woman that is still married, even if the husband is gone for a long time.
Well, it depends.
According to the law here, yes, you can. However, do they enforce it? No. If they enforced that, the prisons would be full.
No, because
Yeah.
the thing is, it's not like the police or authorities not the one who enforce it.
The
The woman
woman.
needs to file
The
it.
woman has to
And
file
the
it.
woman
Yes.
doesn't need to do anything about it, or the man needs to file. However, you can only go in prison if the woman or if this person has a child on you, because that's an evidence. They can't just put you in prison just because we live together. I can
Right.
only say, oh, I just visited there.
Right.
And
Like
that's
sort of like the cousins
Oh
coming
yeah, yeah.
over.
That's my cousin, or I live over him. Oh, I'm his maid. I clean hair every day. So the only thing this person can put you in jail if this person get the woman get pregnant, and they
And
have the evidence, or you caught him actually in the bed and you have the picture,
right.
something like that.
Mr. Texas, does the Philippine observe daylight savings time? No. Nope. It does not exist here.
What is daily life?
It's when you turn your clock forward in the spring, take it back in the fall.
Oh
From my
no.
understanding, the United States is done with it. From my understanding, they're done with daylight savings.
No, I don't think we only have one or two
Yeah,
things here.
our
Rainy season and summer.
hot, hot and rainy.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Yeah. But guys, remember that. Do your ROM. Um, that way you don't have headaches in the future. Even if you say, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to be retiring in the United States or the Philippines or anything like that. I don't need to do it. What if your mind changes? What if you decide to get out of that lane? What if you decide to get out of that lane that you're in and experience something new, experience something different?
So you
All
must,
right.
like,
But like I said,
if
if
you just stay in your lane, you might stay where you are. I
but you got it,
What's fun if you go somewhere, then you just stay in your lane.
yeah, yeah. The But guys, do that. I advise you to do that. And if you don't do it or you forgot to do it, try to get it handled before you come to the Philippines so you don't have any issues. You know what I'm saying? Mike says Starlink is 100 USD a month here, and it's about 600 US or 600 USD for the equipment. Yeah, Starlink's here in the Philippines. If I lived out in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of jungle, say like where Lut lives, I'd get Starlink in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat to have internet. Yeah. All right. I think we're going to wrap this one up. I'm
You're about 1 hour.
yeah. Yeah. 1 hour. Mark King. Hi, Brian. When it comes to daylight saving times, there is one thing Philippines is smarter than the USA. Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, tonight is that tonight they turn their clocks back? Not tonight. We changed clocks. Is that somebody? I would have to look. See you, Max Headroom. Oh, which Mike's married to a beautiful woman? Which one is it? Max Headroom. Is it the guy from Taxi? Which one is it? See, I don't mind people. Are you done? Look. All right, let's done. I don't. To me, I don't mind. Call me names. I don't care. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get pissed off. Call me names all you want. You know, heard it all. When you're on you, that's the funny thing. If I could see now, I have seen some of you guys that are in here, like Bruce and Ricky USA, and if I could see every single one of you people's faces, I could probably sit there and tear you apart. Look at you. Look how fat you are, you fat slob. And you want to call me names. Man, look at you. Half your teeth are gone. Man, look at you. Your hair's falling out. I could tear you apart too, right?
Oh, akala ko,
Why do you wear your sunglasses at night? Let me tell you. All right. All right. Look, I have these lights here. All right. I have these lights here. My Elgato. Hang on, hang on. Put that down. There we go. They're Elgato studio lights for when you're doing a live show. It lights everything up, gives you more light, gives you more clarity. They're bright. They're bright. And then on top of the screen, that's bright. It hurts my eyes after a while. We as vloggers, we sit in front of these computers some do and some don't. All right. We sit in front of these computers every day. You get up in the morning, you come out, you turn on your computer, you see what your channel is doing, you answer questions, you go through and you have to monitor even all your comments because YouTube says you got to monitor your comments. So if there's something in there, YouTube, can see, well, you can get in trouble for that. So you got to look at all your comments every day because you're responsible for it. So you're sitting in front of your computer, doing that every day. When you get literally hundreds per day comments, you're sitting there. Well, you don't get 100, you don't get, 800 comments on a video you just put out today. Well, yeah, but I'm getting comments from older videos. So yeah, your eyes hurt. You're sitting in front of the computer, then you go out, do a video, come back home, sit down, upload that video. You're looking at the screen again for hours. So you're constantly in front of the screen, and I got I don't know what it is, a curved, I don't know, 32-inch maybe or something like that screen. So it's bright and it's coming at me. So yeah. Billy, what does lut mean? In Spanish, luz means light, similar. Lut. What does lut? And here's the thing. Everybody says lut, L-U-T, because it's actually spelled L-O-T. But if you pronounce it like it's spelled, it would be lot, right? Because, hey, there's a parking lot. But it's pronounced lut, so you would think it's a U. But here in the Philippines, the vowels are pronounced funny. A sounds like E. E sounds like A. I always give Lut a hard time about that. But what does it mean? I would have to ask her. I forget. She told me one time before. But no. Not making fun of you, Brian. Just notice. That's right. I know. Everybody that's in this room right now, everybody, from the first guy that jumped in to the last guy, Dreamer Restor, that just put a comment, everybody in here is a subscriber. I set up my live streams like that. So if you're a hater, like it'll come to me. If you're a hater like Enzo Amore, hang on, let me get that for you. Enzo Amore, love him, love this guy. He was actually a wrestler, right? Let me get this up here. Here's what he has. Enzo Amore. There he's at. Listen.
And what do you know? We got a couple haters. Morning, guys.
You gotta love it. Couple haters. It keeps the haters from coming in here, right? You gotta be a subscriber. So yeah, that keeps the haters out. So I know everybody in here is a subscriber. And if you're a hater, you would have to actually go in, subscribe to my channel. Then you're going to have to wait 5 minutes to leave a comment in the room. However, you will become a subscriber, and I will thank you for being a subscriber. And then you will leave your ugly comment in the room, and then my admins will just bounce you out. But I know everybody in here is a subscriber, and that's how I have it set up. Keep guys like West Ham 1903, Supreme Egg. Yeah, you're watching. I know you're watching because we're going to talk about them then. We're going to talk about them. and other people, hi, hi. We're going to go talk about them. We're going to talk about them. I love it. It's like fishing, right? You put that big old juicy worm out there and you throw it out there. Then you got the people with the fish mentality. Oh, talking about me. He's talking about me. That fish mentality. And then you got him. You got him. Blind leading the blind. Oh, yeah. Mr. Fluffy. How you doing, Mr. Fluffy? My main man. My number one subscriber. How you doing, Mr. Fluffy? All right. I got to go. I got to eat something. I got to take the car. Any more news about the red street? We'll keep talking, right? Nothing. There is no news about the red street. Some of the places like where Adrian, you guys know Adrian. Shout out. What is it? Can't think of the bar right now. But right as you enter Walking Street on the right-hand side, they're renovating that building. They used to sell pizza in there. It's Centuro. Yes, Club Centuro. I forget what its name. Anyways, they used to sell pizza in there, and now they're renovating that whole thing. It looks like they're putting an awning coming out up to the sidewalk. So there's some renovation like that going on, but that's all done by the building person, I guess, that's leasing it. I see that. Centura. Ricky, right when you come on to Walking Street by Envy's, right on the right-hand side, there was a place there that you could sit outside and have pizza. Used to be called Carousel. There it is, Carousel. They're doing work there. But that's being done by the people that lease that building. I don't think the owners are doing that, and I damn well know the city ain't doing it. So I have not seen any movement when it comes to improvement on the Red Street. I haven't seen it. Nothing. Nobody's coming out there. Nobody's doing anything. No one's improving it. Was it a fantasy dream on Fantasy Street? I don't know. At least do something. At least, you know what? Come out, get some damn red paint, and just paint the street red. Now you can say, I told you Red Street was coming. Walking Street's no more. It's Red Street. And you would be spot on. So who knows? No, I haven't seen nothing with that. And what is it? April, January, February, March. We got April, May, June. We got 3 more months. Maybe that time stamp was for Philippines time and date. I don't know. For Philippine time. Red light, Red Street. Guys, they were talking how they were going to have family wholesome entertainment on that street, outside dining cafe on that street. They were going to put like street entertainers. Basically, they're going to remove the street entertainers that are there now and put wholesome family-oriented street entertainers like you would see in Vegas and New York. And they were going to clean it all up. Put this like canopy, I was told, like a big canopy going all the way down the street. So rain or shine, you could walk down that street and you're not going to get wet. The sun's not going to beat on you. Don't see it. Maybe it's a fantasy dream, like why guys would come to Angley City for their fantasies to get on Fantasy Street. Maybe it's Fantasy Island. Though there is, I didn't think about that. There's a little guy, JR. He's a little guy. He's a great guy. How do you say? Little people. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to, have somebody say, no, they're not that. They're this little piece, a little person. Maybe he's the beginning of it. Fantasy. Remember Fantasy Island? Junior's a good little dude. He's make you laugh, but don't see anything on it. Family Street is already family entertainment. If you're the Manson family, the nature of the city won't be changed. That's changed that easy. Yeah. Oh, Adrian has a Philly in the Philly. Wait, let me put this out there. Bruce has it. Where are we at? Bruce. Adrian has the Philly in the Philippines coffee mugs on Walking Street. Yes, he does. Yeah, I know people had said, listen, how can we get a mug? How can we get this? How can we get that? I can have them made here, and I did, but to ship them to the States was crazy expensive. And I'm not the kind of person that desperately needs your money. You know, I don't need to once again go back to the old e-beg. I don't need the e-beg for your money. All right. I can make a cup here. He said, oh, ship it to me. It's going to cost you $50 just to ship it to you. I'm not going to take advantage of my subscribers. Some people do, and they have no problem doing it. There is no shame in their game. All right. I can't do that. I just can't do that. So I did have mugs made, and I had him up with Adrian on Walking Street. And I said, Adrian, let's put these mugs out here because I know I have a lot of subscribers that always walk by, or, because they'll say, hey, where's Philly? Where's Philly? Mitch Bromwell. Thank you, buddy. Greatly appreciate it. Still waiting for you to hop on that rocket ship and rocket yourself over here to the Philippines. All right. You land in the water. You tell me where you're going to land and I'll pick you up. I'll get a boat for you. So I told Adrian, listen, I have these mugs. Let me bring them up to you. I know subscribers walk by and I said, if you want to sell them. We'll split the profit. Like, here's how much I want, here's how much you, whatever. We will split the profit. So I brought these mugs up. And if you have a Philly in the Philippines white mug with black lettering, you got the original because I switched it now over to red. So he's like, all right. It's like I brought him up there and he sold them real quick. I went and bought 20 more about a month ago. All right. They're gone. I gave 2 away to 2 good friends of mine. And they're gone. So yes, they're up there on Walking Street if you're in the area, or hey, go, if you want it, go buy it. If you want to go buy it and go, I hate Philly, I'm going to take his coffee mug and I'm going to smash it in front of them. Feel free to do it. I don't care. You already bought it. Help yourself. But like I always tell, I tell people when they come by, Adrian, hey, Philly in the Philippines coffee mug, Philly in the Philippines. And I always look over and say, that'll be the best tasting cup of coffee you've ever had in your entire life. But Adrian sells them. I know I should. There are .com places and sure places and places that'll make your specific brand back in the States, whether it's a shirt, whether it's a mug, whether it's this, whether it's that, whatever it is. I know they will make them, and you could purchase them that way instead of, say, me shipping you something. All right. I should do something like that. I should sit down, do it, and be like, all right, you guys want a Philly in the Philippines t-shirt or whatever, go on to whatever, t-shirt.com. Everything's there. It'll be shipped within the States. I will get a portion of that. Of course, the company will get a portion of it, and then you'll get your product. But I could never do anything like that. I can never ship you or any of my subscribers, and it's not me charging it. It would be, the post office here or FedEx or whoever. It would be them charging that extreme amount to ship to the United States. I can't do that. to my subscribers. I have more self-respect and respect my channel to actually do that to my subscribers. Can't do it. So, Brian, the letter and card YouTube sent you could look good framed next to your silver button. I have it up in my box. I should get it. I should get it framed. Yeah. YouTube. Hey, some people get that button real easy. Some people, I always said it, and I'll say it again. Come to the Philippines. If you're a young, good-looking guy, all right, you got yourself a hot, smoking, good-looking Filipino who's not shy to be in tea bags and swimsuits and lingerie and all that other fun stuff. And you market it that way, you're going to make it. I just came across a female, Filipino, beautiful girl, young girl. She models and reviews like lingeries and bikinis, and I'm talking tea bags, like maybe some breast implant. She models all this stuff on her channel. Big channel. That's what she does. All right. Has over 100 and some thousand subscribers. She found the market. Think about it, guy. You're using your body to get money legally, right? And it's like, I look and I'm scrolling through the comments, right? Let me kind of get like a demographic of where these comments are coming from. Are they coming from whatever? They were 99.9% English written comments. So you got these guys, they're the ones watching it. Didn't see, I didn't really look, but probably there could be females saying, "Oh, that is a nice looking, outfit. It's nice." But you know what? Good for her. Good for her. If I'm ugly and I choose to start a YouTube channel, people will look at you. He's just ugly. I don't want to look at him. So you got to put a mask over your face, right? But that's what they do. Good for them. But yeah, that's how you do it now. All right. You can sell mugs on consignment in the popular bars and restaurants on the Magic Street. Nah. You know what though? When you weren't allowed to drink alcohol, see, I gotta watch what I say because YouTube has been literally a little bitch about things you say. When you couldn't drink adult beverages in the clubs, no adult beverages allowed. We are doing a liquor ban. This is during COVID, right? Everybody's in there with a coffee mug. That's when I could have made money, Bruce. That's when I could have made money. Everybody was in there going, "Oh, you don't see Corona? You don't see San Miguel? I'm drinking coffee." You need to wear a two-piece suit. John Wilson, yeah, I have a Speedo, but everybody told me, everybody said they got blind after I wore my Speedo. Don't wear your Speedo. Don't wear your Speedo. But it's fine. I mean, you can go in, I see it here. Other countries, that's what men wear. They wear Speedos. I mean, they don't think anything of it. It's just like in other countries, you can go on a beach and there's just topless women. Like other countries don't think anything of it. And that's what I don't understand about YouTube. All right. YouTube is a worldwide. It's not just only the United States. It's worldwide. All right. Yet they love to use American standards when it comes to reviewing videos. American standards, not a worldwide standard. American standard. Oh, that girl's in a tea bag walking down the beach. That's not suitable because it brings sexual gratification to the eye. But in other countries, because remember, YouTube's worldwide, they don't think anything of it. Yet they want to police every YouTube channel with their American policies. It's one thing I don't understand. I just got one. I got like 2 in a row, not suitable. Not suitable means not your top advertisers will advertise on your video. You still do get advertisers, right? I just got 2 in a row. Whatever. Whatever. But yeah, that's what that is. Sounds like a culture literacy person to me. Yeah. I pay like 40 for a Speedo trunk. The Speedo, I think, is a mainly Russian and Chinese guys. Yeah, you'll see, yeah, Russian, Chinese. I'm trying to think. I've seen them all here. I've seen them all, you know. The big oversized foreigner, you know, the expat, you know, gray hair all over his chest, you know, and laying out in the sun with his Speedo on and stuff. I've seen it here. Yeah. Uh, I'm going to Angeles in April. I like to buy 5 mugs if they are available. Traveling, Matt. April, January, yeah, they'll be available. They'll be available. Like I said, I got to go get another 20 more. Like he sold 20 of those mugs probably within a month or so. So now I got to go get 20 more. He's a good salesman. Yeah. All right, guys. 1 minute and 26 seconds. I think I'm going to get off here. Look, I think it looks cooking breakfast. Not doing anything today. You know what? I got to go run up. You guys stay tuned. The next video, I've done some more bling bling. I've given Mad Max a makeover. So that's coming up. We got to go get it washed. Those Sundays, man, it's a pain in the ass trying to find a car wash dealer that's not packed. All right. I'll answer Kevin's question real quick. Brian, question as I missed Lutz live to ask her, what was the first intention when you moved back to the USA and Lut was working at Walmart? Did you think you was returning to the Philippines or staying in the US forever? I mean, when she came back to the States, you got to understand something. She came when I don't know. I didn't hear her live. When she came to the States, she wasn't a young girl. She wasn't a young, 18, 19, 20-year-old girl, baby, right? That I brought out of the Philippines because I wanted to rescue her. All right. So she was a little on the, nothing was like wide-eyed and bushy-tail, right? And when she got here, she's like, "Yeah, it's beautiful and stuff." And yeah, she wanted to work, and then after a while, it was like, hey, I was ready to move back, and she's like, let me see what America's like and stuff, and it was always optional, what we wanted to do, but after a while, she's like, America's beautiful, I like it, but it's not my country, and I'm like, that's fine with me. Let's go. You know what I mean? We can roll. Um, what I was going to stay there forever. I mean, I kept my options open. I kept my options open. And here's where you find out a lot of times I see this. I bring my wife over to the United States. We're over in the United States. The foreigner, or anywhere, the foreigner says, I love the Philippines. I love the Philippines. I love the Philippines. I want to go back. And they go back and they visit. And then they come back to America and they work, go back to the Philippines, visit, come back and work, and back and back and back and back. Now it gets to the point where the foreigner says, you know what? I'm done. I'm retiring. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the Philippines and retire. And the Filipino goes, no, I don't want to. I don't like it there. I like my life here. I know what my life is like there. Do I like visiting there? Do I like being there with my family? Yes, but I don't like it. I see that. And, it's like, wow, what do you do? Can you compromise? All right. I went 6 months in the Philippines and then 6 months back here. And can you compromise? You see that. You see a lot. Then I've seen like my one buddy, JR. He might say I'm not his buddy, but you're my buddy. All right. Him and his wife, he went to retire and he's like, him and her, boom, right over here. Like they have kids and they're like, yep, we're going to the Philippines. We are coming to the Philippines. They both like it here. They both agreed to come here. They both agree. But you see that, you see that. Get Americanized. It happens. Then others, they happy. Yeah, can't wait to get out of the United States. I've worked here. So there's always, you see different couples, with different situations, Have you, do you think do I drink green beer on St. Patty's Day in the PI? I don't. They don't celebrate it. Well, it's not a holiday they celebrate here in the Philippines. Now, you will have bars here, like Irish bars. There's one, Sullivan's Irish Pub. How more Irish can you get? Sullivan's Irish Pub, right? They may have green beer. I don't know. But no. And if I'm not mistaken, Philadelphia Love Park, they would always turn their water fountains green. I think that's how it worked. But it's not a big holiday here. They don't celebrate it here. If you're from Ireland and you live here, you're going to celebrate it, right? Yeah. All right, guys. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. I can smell the bacon cooking. Well, it's cooking bacon. That's where she should be, right? These women need to be in the kitchen. That's their place, right? That's a joke. That's a joke. Don't say, Philly says women belong in the kitchen and that's their place. It's a joke. Relax. It's a joke. All right, guys. Once again, thanks for stopping in. Like I said, wouldn't be a channel without you guys. So you guys take care, and maybe this week I will get something. Maybe this week I'll sit down and go on one of them like t-shirt.coms or whatever, keychain.com or whatever, and get something designed and set up. So, all right, guys. Thanks for stopping in. Everybody, you guys have a good day.